Good night, everyone. Good night. Welcome once again to another Sports Frenzy podcast. And we're here tonight to talk about some football transfers because there has been a lot of happenings in the transfer world. And we'll be joined shortly by Kims and hopefully by Demo and Ryan. All right, yeah, there he is. Welcome, Kims. Welcome, bro.
What's going on, boss?
Seem like you
True,
still
and I
have
still a bit
man.
of bad man.
Jaja. But yeah, we're here tonight, man, to talk about some transfers, as I was saying, because a lot of money has been spent, a lot of happenings, a lot of controversy, and boy, it doesn't stop here. And first up,
Yep.
is there any particular thing that you want to just get off your chest? Because I'm just waiting for a lot of these people to gather in the comment section because I haven't seen much as yet. So I know that your boy Joe Burrows he did his thing yesterday. Waiting for it
You
to
know,
roll
say,
forward.
to be honest with you, Joe Burrow is not really, he wasn't really my quarterback, but you have to give him props for what he did. Because Cincinnati, before they drafted him, they won two games. They won two games that season. They were 2-14. When they drafted him, they won four games because he got hurt. And then this year when he has a full healthy season, they're in the Super Bowl. So you definitely have to give him props.
Facts,
And you have
facts.
to give him props where that is indeed concerned. So
Facts.
yeah, it's great for him. I'm happy for the Rams as well. Happy for OBJ, because a lot of narrative have been about that guy, about he being a cancer in the locker room and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm really happy for them.
All right, and before we get into the football matter, what I want to say is that for the people on YouTube who has that spanner looking thing beside the name, you need to spam the comment section and tell the people to like up the content and tell the people to ensure that they continue to comment because that's part of the reason why we make you moderators. So I need you all to do that. And there's quite a few up in the comment section. So I need you all to get to work, man. I don't want you to be there looking all fancy with your blue name beside it and all of that. No, I want you all to just participate and have the people get to like the video because I don't want to be the only one that is encouraging people and the panelists. So I need you guys to get to work. So now we get into the meat and matter, Kims, and the
Yep.
club that a lot of people are looking forward to as to how they will spend in this transfer window was Newcastle.
Yep.
A lot of things were surrounding him, a lot of noise, and with the new takeover and all of that, a lot of people were really interested in to see what they were.
Yep.
So first up, I say Tyrese, big up yourself, Tyrese. I say Michelle, big up yourself, Michelle. I say Wentworth, Morrison, big up yourself, Shanila, big up yourself, Lataya, big up yourself. All right, so first up, they went out, and you know that they got Kieran Trippier relatively cheap for around £15 million. Afterwards, they signed Chris Wood for around £20 million. They paid his release clause, and if you ask me, Burnley were left with nothing to do, so they had to release him. So now people are still contemplating as to had they done enough business to stay up. They weren't finished right there. Guess what? Newcastle went out and they signed this guy. He's a Brazilian player. His name is Bruno Guimaras, and he was formerly of Olympic Lyon. 24 years old, central defensive midfielder. He has like what I think it's 5 or 6 assists this season for Lyon. Top clubs were chasing him, but Newcastle ended up getting the guy. In terms of what you've seen in that Newcastle midfield, and based on what I've said about him, and I'm not sure if you have read up about him, but he's a top talent, right?
Yep. Yep.
What do you think about this player? Do you think this person just go directly into Newcastle midfield and improve them straight away? Because I mean, Shelby does need some help in there.
I mean, they're not because I think the fee that I saw was 46 million, something thereabout.
Yeah,
So you're not paying 40, you're not fighting relegation, paying 46 million for a player and have him on the bench. I know Newcastle sometimes they act like they don't have any sense, but I don't think this is one of those times. Eddie Howe, basic I'm paraphrasing. Basically, he was saying that he couldn't wait for the January transfer window, to get some players in because obviously Newcastle was struggling. And I know you never really mentioned him, but That defender that they got from Burnley as well. I think his name is
Hold
Burn.
on, man. I'll get there, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, with this midfielder, obviously, I think he walks directly into the team. He walks
Mm.
directly into the team. And even if he takes a little bit of time to get acclimated to the English Premier League, I believe the talent that he possesses can be enough to keep Newcastle afloat. I think that's all Newcastle really needs right now. I don't think they're thinking, oh, I want to come top 15. I just think they're just trying to just stay up in the league. So, anyway, necessary. And, sometimes, we have to ask ourselves this question: wow, these top talents really going to Newcastle? That should show you that money really talks. At the end of the
Facts.
day, money talks because a lot of persons would never think Newcastle would be able to sign these Trippier, obviously Chris Wood, and now this baller. So I believe that he walks directly into the midfield. I believe that he help out Newcastle, especially can get some players to the Chris Woods of the world, to the St. Maximums of the world. I think this is an excellent signing for Newcastle. Eddie Howe, who is known as an offensive coach, some call him an offensive genius or an attacking genius, an attacking coach. But right now, I think Newcastle has put themselves in prime position. Obviously, there will always be a question about fit. How do these pieces fit together? Because obviously, you can have a world of talent. We have seen it on many different occasions. Remember, Jamaica put a bunch of talented players together and get a fat 3-0 from Panama at home. So, these things happen. But again, these players know what's on the line. They're fighting relegation. All you have to do just beat. You want beat out the Watfords of the world. You want beat out the Burnleys of the world just to stay up. That's all your goal is. Just
All right. As a countryman, big up yourself, bro. Giovanni, big up yourself, And here's Christoph saying that Newcastle made some good signing, waiting to see how they gel together. All right, here's the key thing for me personally, and this is the guy that we were mentioning, Kim. Dan Burn, they signed him from Brighton. He's a
yeah.
left-footed centre back. Um, what's his name? Hedio went out and said that they needed a left-footed centre back to partner Jamal Lascelles because they have been picking around to find someone. But first they went for Adam Webster. They were knocked back by Brighton. But this guy came through Newcastle Academy, so he's not a person that is new to Newcastle per se. He is someone that knows the team already. So good signing, already in the Premier League. So I look at it now.
Mhm.
This is what I was going to say to Christoph. They made like what 5 signings, I believe it was. Trippier, Wood, Dan Burn, Bruno Guimaras, and a target. Guess
Yeah.
what is the thing with these guys? 4 out of the 5 already as Premier League experience. They were already playing in the Premier League. Yes, Trippier was over there in Atletico, but he already played in the Premier League for years upon years. So these guys are not new to the league per se. The only question mark would be Gimaris, and if what we have seen of him over there in France and what we have seen bits and parts of him from Brazil so far is anything to go by, he'll fit right into what Newcastle is trying to get at. So I think with what Eddie was trying to play, the style of play that he's trying to get in, these guys will fit. And I don't think it will take them much longer because at the end of the day, they got a very good result last time out. And this is now where it matters most. Money is spent, they spend close to like 100 million. So he has to make it count. If he doesn't, then he will be right through the door. What say you, James?
Absolutely. You know, what you have to understand, these rich owners, they have no problem spending the money. They'll spend the money, they'll give you the money, but what they want to see, return, basically ROI, return on their investment, right? So you can't get all this money spent and then you still end up getting relegated. You can't do that. You can't have all this money spent and you're still down there fighting the relegation. But you're supposed to come out of that zone really quickly. Because I believe if you give it another 5, 6 games and you're still fighting relegation, still can't move up from 18th, can't move up from 17th, I believe Eddie Howe is gone. And I believe he's gone and they're going to get somebody else who can come in and get the job done right away. Because obviously, how will you look for be the richest club and you are in the championship? That don't have a ring to it. you
Facts.
know. So again, I know we have made our predictions or mid-season predictions, I think we should have probably waited until the transfer season has ended. But we have made our mid-season predictions: who would get relegated, who would win the league, and so. But I think right now with all the pieces that Newcastle got, I think
They're staying
definitely
up.
they look like they're going to stay up. Because I know Watford made some signings, but I don't think Watford signings to me are as impressive as
Facts.
Newcastle. And Watford, oh, they went for who? Roy
Right,
Hudson.
Hudson. Yeah.
Yeah, so him gone by March, April. So right now, I don't think they're very stable. So I think Newcastle right now they have a great, great, great opportunity to they spend the money. So now anyhow, time for you to live up to your name as a good coach. And a lot of persons see you was a good coach with Bournemouth. A lot of person think him getting relegated with Bournemouth was unjust and all of that. You can say all of that, but right now you have the richest team. They spend the money where you want them to spend it. All you have to now go out there and execute. So now the spotlight is on you anyhow. You have to deliver and get the job done.
All right, and we're now joined by the Liverpool man. Big up yourself, bro. Seems like you weren't ready. You're muted, man.
Big up, big up, big up, big up. I'm ready, man. You ready?
All right, so we're just talking about Newcastle, and as I mentioned, they signed 5 players: Trippier, Wood, Guimaras, Dan Burn, and the player on screen who is Matt Target. Demo, what do you think about the business, and how do you rate their window out of 10?
Um, with the type of money when Newcastle have, uh, I mean, wouldn't say it's a flashy window. Probably, I don't know, probably a 7 out of 10. Trying to feel needs where them probably want right now in terms of they needed a striker. Um, Probably the left back. I remember the other day me that talk about targets and how I feel sorry for him for Aston Villa. I think that's a good acquisition as well, and obviously the big one. But would I give it a 7 out of 10? Like you'd expect some more fancy names with the type of money where them have and the battles where them have to go through in terms of staying up. But yeah, decent signings for now.
Okay. Here's Terry saying that Burn is a good player. Um, Michelle saying that Newcastle is doing everything to ensure they stay up. They need to stay up to attract even better players in the summer. That's facts. And here's Jay saying that Newcastle have to put in some days where training is concerned so the team can gel. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what.
that like most of the
Yes,
signings are like Premier League players, right?
that
Who
is that
used
is
to the
what I
league
was saying.
already.
That 4 out of the 5 have been already playing the Premier League.
Uh,
Here's Countryman asking that does Newcastle have an academy? Yes, they do. Remember the Langstaff brothers, they came through the academy. I know that I think Matt is gone down to Mansfield for the rest of the season. He has fallen off and out of favour. That man always shows up when he plays against a team over there in Manchester that I choose not to name. Um, Here's Terry saying that I don't know how Newcastle never pre-Wiggers, and I'll soon get to him. Um, Jay once again saying that 7 out of 10 good because not too much money strong. Some players not going to Newcastle. Eventually they will though. Over time, all of them will. And here's her saying that billionaires need bragging rights and its results now. Facts. And yes, Fabi Fran is saying that you can't expect that in January Demo. It's a short window with not many options to choose from.
what with the money where them have?
Yes, Christoph saying that Demo, I don't think Newcastle was looking to do anything fancy in this window. They are just looking to stay and then build from there. Also, before I move on from there, remember that they were also chasing this youngster from Reims. His name is Eketitike. They wanted like 30 million for him. He's 19 years old, and for some reason or the other, the deal fell through. I heard that it was more his parents that were pushing the move for it to go through more than the player himself. But talks break down and he's going to stay at Reims. But now we're going to move over to Burnley. And Burnley only made one sign in the window. They sold 6'2" Chris Wood and they brought in 6'6" Wood Weghorst. This is the most Burnley signing you can ever find in any transfer window. And now you're going to see long ball after long ball punted into that box. Now, Demo, They lost Chris Wood, and did they lost anyone else? No, they didn't. So in terms of their window, I know that they were on the cusp of signing Mislav Arsic, another player from Dynamo Zagreb. That was the guy that scored a trick against Tottenham. I believe it was in Conference League. No, Burnley. Out of 10, how do you grade their transfer window? Because they generally have been poor in transfer windows.
Wait, when did they get Carney?
Last
That
season,
last season. Um, Listen, losing Chris Wood is big, but I think that this replacement is, I don't really want to say upgrade because he might get used to the league. But he was in hot form. I don't know if last season or a couple seasons
last
ago
season, man.
for Wolfsburg. He was on fire. But like for me, I like you play as an adjustment period in the Premier League, and I'm gonna give them that tax this. So I really like, and everybody come into the league and just adapt same time and acclimatize it. It takes some people a while. So I think that he will come good eventually. He obviously is going to fit their style of play. And I think that especially with the addition of Corney playing in that team and the Dwight McNeils, it's a little more flashy than than before. But yeah, man, I think I'll probably give them a 5.5, 6 for the transfer window. If so much, 5.5. I think he's a good player. He's a good player, man.
He is.
Yeah, man. So I give him 5.5, 6.
All right. Kims, this is a guy that scored in Euros the other day for Netherlands. No, as we mentioned, last season he was in red hot form for Wolfsburg over there in Germany. They signed him for like around £12 million and they got 20 million for Chris Wood. And this guy is also younger than Chris Wood. So when they factor in all of that, how do you rate their window?
Well, I'm just looking at the table right now, and obviously Burnley only play 18 games, but they are currently in 20th place. Right, so I'm just signing one player. Not good enough for me. I have to give their window a 4. Obviously, this guy, good signing, but again, you said he was on red hot form. You probably have to be on red hotter form in order to keep Burnley up because with the signings that Newcastle made, I have Newcastle staying up. So now it's going to be Burnley, Watford, and Norwich in that little bubble down there. So while Newcastle stay up. So based on the signings that Newcastle have made, I think Burnley, a team that is in the relegation zone, I just thought they needed to match it. Because if you look at Burnley, obviously we know how they play the football and we know what they want to do. But again, when you look at Burnley, they're missing a lot of key things. And I think going into this January transfer window, if you're serious about staying up, you had to get, I say, two or three more key pieces. This obviously losing Chris Wood and getting this replacement, I'll give you a thumbs up for that. But you being in last place right now, fighting relegation, I just think you needed to do more in the transfer window for sure.
Okay. I must say, Derek Clark in the comment section, big up yourself, and also say Ravi, the Liverpool man. I know Demo, you know this guy, so big up yourself to Ravi. Next up, we're going to move to another club that one of the former guy really ripped this club into pieces. However, they decided that they're going to change things around and they went out and they got this guy. They went out, they got Frank Lampard. Lampard now at Everton. And Everton feeling like they're on top of the world right now because they finally got a coach. But it wasn't without some controversy because at first they were going to sign Victor Pereira. That is the guy that is coaching Fenerbahce, I believe it is right now. But the fans came online and boy, when the fans started to beat him, you know that Everton had to take a step back because they couldn't take any more beating than they already had done prior to appointing Rafa Benitez and all those people. Now, Lampard, Kems, what do you think about Lampard being the manager of Everton? How do you see him having this team playing, and do you think he gets his philosophy in right now?
All right. What I can say, I don't think he can do a worse job than Rafa. I don't think he can. I don't think he can definitely do a worse job. Obviously, we can all agree that at Chelsea, that job just came a little bit too soon for him. The expectations were high, based on where his coaching ability was, and based on what Chelsea wanted to accomplish. I don't think they were in line. I think probably the Everton project for Lampard would be a little bit better. Obviously, the team was struggling. Players never get along with the coach. I think Lampard bring a kind of warmth to Everton, obviously, and if you know Lampard from Chelsea, he likes to play a lot of youths. Like to play a lot of youths, and I think that would be a very important part for Everton, especially. And then, you see Lampard already making some changes. He went for the team viewer over by Manchester
Brother,
United.
don't jump the gun, man.
Well, we're talking about Lampard, so I have to talk about who the man bring in. But
I can't do it.
anyway, he brought in some transfers with him. So I guess obviously you like when a coach do their homework. So you see like they're actually interested in the job, and they realize if you look where Everton in the standings as well, Everton is not far away from that relegation battle as well. So Lampard don't have the time to come in and be like a pea soup, as us Jamaicans will say. So I think this is a good signing. I know they wanted to interview Rooney, and Rooney said no, he's staying with Derby and all that kind of stuff. But Lampard, I always thought that he deserved another job in the EPL. Don't think he's as good as Gerrard, but I think he's a manager, so I think he could do well for Everton.
I think as I mentioned, the team viewer, he's on the screen, so you can talk about them signing him and how you think he'll actually perform for them.
Well, what I'll say about TeamViewer, right, is that it's really hard to judge him. If you can only really judge him by his Ajax days, because you can count on your fingers how much real appearance he has made for Manchester United. As you know, sometimes he's coming on in the 89th minute, the 90th minute, in stoppage time, just to run out the clock. Probably touch the ball one time, sometimes no times. So I believe that if a coach decides, okay, I'm going to deliberately go out and get this person on loan, I believe that, and based on the conversations, because I believe it was between Everton and Crystal Palace. So I guess based on the conversations that he had, with both teams, where game time and stuff is concerned, and I believe he made a quote saying that I am going to show that and I'm paraphrasing, I'm going to show that I can play football in England, something like that he said. But I'm just really excited for the guy, because I believe that he has been hard done at Manchester United. I'm sure the man can play football in some way, shape, or form. He hasn't got the opportunity to show that. Now he's in Everton, and I'm sure he'll get a lot more opportunities again. The expectations are a lot less at Everton than at Manchester United. So, we should be able to see. Remember when Jesse Lingard went to West Ham, how he turned into a real superstar. So probably this is what TeamViewer can do. So we'll just wait and see.
And surprisingly, that he had like 50 appearances the other day when they brought up United stats for him. I was like, damn. And it doesn't seem that way, but when you check the amount he has started, shaking. But Demon, now over to you. Lampard signing. What do you make of it?
All right, so my thing is, I think a lot of people were overly critical of Lampard when he got fired. Obviously, they weren't flying and stuff like that, especially with the resources that they brought in. But people seem to forget what Lampard did the year before. Obviously he was on a transfer ban, and then he brought you a lot of those youths, so Mason Mounts of this world, and people say, oh, I'm Son and Ray, and he finished in the top 4 with a transfer ban. So it's like you give the man props for doing that, and then he got a bunch of resources and he didn't do too well and fine. So people kind of write him off after that, and I mean, I guess we can understand why. But I think that the guy has quality. I think he brought a style of play to Chelsea during that time with those young players, the Tammy Abrahams and all of them people. And like you say, he likes to bring through young players. So at Everton, I'm thinking that he will obviously do better than Rafa. I don't think that they're going to be in a relegation battle anymore. I think that the players, just like when Lampard stepped into Aston Villa, you have still a career in England. People tend to look the Calvert-Lewins and all of the people who play for England. I go look up to that man's stature and what he has done for his club and obviously for him country England. I think that players like the people who him signed, Dele Ali, another England baller, probably a midfielder who probably did mirror himself off a Lampard growing up, or Gerrard or whoever. I think that these players will step up and people who have points to prove. You know what I mean? So the Van der Beeks, he want prove say him can play, him not get the chance. Dele Ali want revive him career, and things like that. And I think that with all of that being said, I think those will play a part in Everton's season going forward, and Lampard is going to do well. I'm not saying them are gonna finish top 4 or whatever, but they'll definitely do a lot better under Frank Lampard than what Rafa was doing.
All right, so a few things before I start to read some of these comments. First up, this is basically a free transfer to Everton for Dele Alli, because they'll actually pay £10 million upfront when he makes 20 appearances, and that is 20 league appearances. There is only 18 games remaining for the remainder of this season for Everton. I'm not sure he'll play all of them, so already they won't get all that 10 million this season. And there's some added bonuses along with it that could raise it to £30 million. In terms of the business that Everton has done over the past, what to say, year or so, they signed Demar Gray for next to nothing. They signed Andrew Stones in for next to nothing as well. Van de Beek on loan, and now Dele Alli for next to nothing. What would you say in regards to their transfer business, Demo? Do you think that is a cheap club and they're still trying to recoup what um, Marcus Silva and Carlo Ancelotti put them through, or you think that it's just a matter of trying to
Shrewd.
out with?
Yeah, man, a shrewd business. I think it's shrewd business, boss. And when you think about all of the players that they sign over the years with big money, and the Yerry Minas and all of them people who come and flop, Angel Gomez and them. I mean, when you say him flop, he got a broken leg, but
Yeah,
yeah, so that probably set him back. But those are coming from Barcelona for big money, and so when you see the impact where Demar Gray has had on Everton for the money with him pay, like you can say it's shrewd business. And just to say something else about the whole Lampard thing, I mean, even forget say he was at Derby, and he was having Derby playing great football when
yeah,
Harry
it was
Wilson did down there with Mount, and the two of them be down there and do
yeah.
bits for them. I mean, obviously he didn't qualify, and he failed at the final hurdle to get them up. But he was playing good football with Derby as well. So I mean, the man have some experience, and I think he'll do well there. So my ratings for Everton and the transfer window, including the manager, yeah, man, I give them a 7.5.
I kind of like that. I work around that line. Kim, so much would you give them?
Um, so in relation to, so I think, as I was telling you guys earlier, I believe that for Dele Alli, right? Obviously, I believe that you know Dele Alli has had some, I guess, some rigid managers. The Jose Mourinho, Nuno, Conte. I think having a Lampard, having somebody who can relate to whatever the other either personal or professional struggles that he might be having. I believe that obviously I just believe that it will be a good fit. I don't think we'll see, but the Dele Alli, who a lot of persons were saying should be in the conversation for the best English midfielder them long time days. But I think he'll be productive for Everton. And again, I always say that fit matters, coach matters, culture matters, right? And also another thing I'll add, expectation matter as well. So I don't think the expectation for a Tottenham Hotspur, who I guess now you want them to finish in the top 4 or the top 6 versus a Everton where you just really want to finish. You finish top 10, top 12, you feel like you have a successful season based on where you are. Um, for the transfer, getting Lampard, I think that was good. I give them a 7 out of 10. I give them a 7 out of 10.
Yes, Faber Fran is saying that I believe Lampard can get them going. He's an Englishman with Everton having a lot of English players, and the players look up to him from his international days and with Chelsea. Here's Rash Cadillac saying that Lego Legend of VDB to the world. Here's Just Cat saying Man U take this man for fool, and he's making that comment in reference to VDB. And here's Countryman asking, should there be a cap spending in the EPL to level the platform? I'm going to give that question to Ryan, but I'm just going to get through some of these comments. Here's Lataya saying that VDB will get game time and show up United. Um, Here's Michelle saying that and Lampard will did well in early stages of Champions League to Demo. Um, Ryan, so to the question that countryman asked, do you think that they should put a cap in the EPL on teams to have a level platform, or it's impossible to do since there is TV rights involved in EPL?
I don't know how to answer that question because I don't know what he's asking. How are you going to do that when different teams have different money? It's not like everybody have the same or money, or I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest with you. I don't know. Is he saying they should try and cap the spending overall for like January so that the teams with the bigger money don't go beyond a certain amount? Or is he saying that if the smallest team can only spend £10 million, the big team should only be able to spend that as well? Because that don't make any sense. I don't know.
All right, so countryman, you can expound on it in the comment section.
I think, hold on. So before we know you're gonna tackle this joke coming from the front, but let me tell you about. I don't believe like people love coming with this madness about or curb spending and all of them. So, brother, I don't know. I just believe that. For example, for years Newcastle never have no money, couldn't spend like what they're spending now. So let's say now they get an opportunity to spend and they want curb spending. I don't know. I just believe teams have money as long as they're in the whatever window, that they're not doing anything illegal, they're not doing anything bad. I think allow teams to spend whatever money they have the money. I don't think it should restrict anybody. Just spend money in order to improve the team. We want to see a good product. We want to see the best players out there. We want to see a team try and flourish. I don't want to stop any spending. I don't want every team on the same wavelength. No.
Yeah, it's a microcosm of life in any sense. Some people will have more money than others. We're going to tell the people them with more money so them can't buy certain things because the poor people.
You can't buy 3 houses because me can only buy 1. So hey, 1 house.
Are the people them from what you call it? $15 an hour. But them call that over US again, Kems.
Minimum wage?
Minimum wage, yeah man. Them can't buy that, so you can't buy that either. That don't make no sense.
Don't make no sense at all.
Alright, and here's Bobby Fana saying that look out for Lampard getting rid of the keeper. If I was Lampard, I would try to get Dean Henderson from Man U. He should have tried for another keeper.
I mean, Pickford is the least of them problem.
Yeah. And
don't rule it out happening though, because when Lampard was at Chelsea, they were after Henderson.
But you think Henderson better than Pickford?
For me personally.
Well, I know you like Henderson, so apart from your bias.
Yeah, I honestly believe that is a better keeper than Henderson.
I'm going to be honest with you, just them here, year and a half, the way Henderson sit down on the bench, it might come back to haunt him in the future.
Yeah.
If Ramsdale shot past him now.
Ramsdale is England #1 right now, boss. Pickford can't see back England #1. But we're going to move on to another guy that I'm sure that all of us on this podcast is happy for, us as panelists and also the people in the comment section, none other than Christian Eriksen. He's back in English football. Brentford decided upon giving him a chance, and there are people saying that he should have just hung up his boots and just say, here what, I'm just going to go into coaching and all of that. But I remember that there's a particular player, Dale Blaine, who suffered something similar to him, and he's still playing for Ajax and still doing great. Ryan, what do you think about this move for Eriksen, and how do you think it will go?
Very good for them. If he can replicate the Eriksen that we know, or get anywhere close to that, then Brentford will have a player on their hands, a very good player. And who think they are not safe now, they will definitely be safe then.
Okay. All right, Demo, what do you think about this guy link up player with, say, per se a Tony? Because you know that once this guy is in full flow and start to play those through balls, nothing normal. So what do you think?
Listen, me are probably one of the detractors to this move. Like, but me just not trust it, brother. But honestly, I'm glad to see him thing there. But me are one who they say, boss, after what happened the other day, if you just stop, brother, and try something else. But I mean, he's going to play. Me just probably not go watch him as much and watch games as much, and since the man a drop down, we're not getting touched. But I mean, obviously, his quality is always going to be there. Lose things like that, and playing. If Tony can get 30 odd goals in the championship with the midfield they have before, I expect him to bang some goals in the Premier League if Eriksen finds half of the quality William did possess before. So is he going to play timid? Is he going to run as hard? Like I don't know how him I go play with his condition and stuff, especially in such a high intensity league. But listen, good on him if him think him can manage and stuff. So, big up Eriksen, but that not a move where me approve per se.
And here's Frana saying that still fearful about his health. Once Brentford take time with him, then it might work. Kems, what side of the fence are you on?
I absolutely hate this. Sometimes there's always a saying in sports that says sometimes we have to save the athletes from themselves, and I think this is a perfect situation. And you know, and he can go through, and absolutely nothing wrong with him, and him retire, and him career good, and everybody happy for him. And he can go the other way. First match him play, boom, drop down again, and it's an absolute problem. You know, and I will make a little comparison, kind of a little bit different, but it's the same heart monitor thing. I know you, for example, Evan Kemoy Campbell, right? Remember when Kemoy and him drop down and him put in the little heart thing and him decide say, him still want to run and this and that, and then he run again, and then, after that, nearly die again, and then after that, he realize, hey, I can't do this anymore, I have to go ahead and retire. I think this is similar for me. I just think once you have that thing inside of you, it's just some say, hey, I'm good enough, I know the football, let me go and coach. Let me do something a little bit more relaxing. Let me do something that is not as taxing on my body. Yes, as football fans, again, we want to see his quality, we want to see the best players out there. It is indeed a good story, especially if he comes, score, banging goal, score a winner, boy Eriksen is, probably win a trophy for Brentford, in a season or just something like that. But I just don't like it. Something about it doesn't make me feel good. It's not something that I'm looking, and I probably won't watch any games that this guy is playing because again, I remember the game vividly, and and I remember Ryan was telling us about one of his friends that they were playing football and he just dropped them just like that. So I believe like this thing is just you just never know when it's going to happen, and then Brentford probably cannot react how his Denmark teammates reacted. Everybody don't have the same quick reaction. Everybody don't have the same training, and probably it don't save him life. And then again, I wouldn't want to put, for me personally, I don't want to put my teammates in that situation at all. Me personally.
You have the same feeling about Blint?
Huh?
You feel the same way about Blint?
Absolutely. I think Blint should have retired a long time ago. But that man loved the football. But I think didn't after he having the same thing, didn't he faint on the pitch one time?
No, I don't think he faint. I think he never the defibrillator, whatever it name, the chip out or something like that.
Yeah.
Like those little things, those little scary moments. As a fan watching it, it traumatized me. So I can just imagine his teammates. But again, hey, if he's willing to risk himself, then kudos to him. But if you're asking me and my opinion, I would never sign off on this. This would be a hell no for me. But he wants to do it, so all the best to him, and I hope he stays healthy.
Boss, and there's a reason why Inter Milan not even take the chance in a slower pace Italian league.
No, I think the league don't allow. The league does not allow.
Yeah, but man, in a slower pace league like that, where them have that type of rules, they so.
So even if Inter wanted them back, they couldn't check them.
You are coming at the Premier League of much higher intensity, and I go play like that. I can't trust that, brother.
I think even for the opposition, I think players going to be a little bit hesitant how them tackle him, how them, sometimes when you're playing with your hands in your chest, like you're kind of careful certain way, you're kind of cognizant of what is happening because it's all shooter Eriksen this. I don't want to be the one who probably do something and then him drop down or him. Like I just think it's more bad than good for me. I don't see a lot of good in it. It's more cons than pros to me. But
Wait till him
again,
drop down. Wait till him drop the first time. Man. So,
Jesus, guys.
Right,
All
some
right,
joke about the thing that Ryan is.
but here what though? Personally, as I said, I'm happy to see the guy back because I know that he loves football. But question Ryan, Denmark made it to the last World Cup, right?
yeah, they went quarters, I think.
So why the hell this man want to go back? That is the reason why he came back in because he said he want to make it to the World Cup. So I mean, come on, bro. You already made it to one World Cup. Why are you forcing the issue? Just enjoy your retirement, bro. Go into coaching. Find something else instead of coming back to play because I don't want to see this happen. And there's a lot of people in the comment section saying that they're scared of the same thing. And I can't read through of them because there's many of you saying the same thing. So here's Elton saying that at 29 years old he could have walked away. And I saw a comment up further that was taking a job at Kim's that I have to read. Yeah, here's Michael Reynolds saying that watch Frank Lampard and Everton to the shock and finish above Steven Gerrard and Aston Villa.
Garbage.
All right, so here's
All right, let's.
just but go ahead.
No, all right. So you see, this is the thing. When it happens that Aston Villa finishes above Everton, I'm going to hear the excuse. Well, Aston Villa were already ahead of them, or Gerrard had this team working with, or Lampard or something. So I'm gonna really try and get into it. But Mr. Reynolds, I'm a money kind of guy. I talk dollars and cents. So
The comparison start already.
so should you want to put some money on it, just link level and off here, and we can do that. I don't want us to lose stock.
All right, so here's just saying that we all hear talk about him. He's a second here running now. Me know a baller that dropped down and dead from this. There's Lataya saying that it's good to see him back, but I am nervous at the same time. Here's Michelle saying that because Denmark is the dark horse for the upcoming World Cup. So yeah, probably that's the reason. Um, Here's Camon saying that no, absolutely not. Man, I got tackle him and take the ball. But we're going to move on to another club now. One that at first they weren't doing any business whatsoever. Nobody wanted to play for them, and you have players rejecting them. But they ended up getting in 2 players and got rid of some. We're talking about none other than Tottenham. So first up, they brought in this guy, Rodrigo Bentanco, and this is a guy that Fabrizio Patrici known because he was at Juventus. So Conte finally getting 2 signing and they got rid of 3 players. So they brought in Bentancourt and also Kulusevski. The $80 million man in Ndombele is back at Lyon on loan with a purchase option of 73 million. So they're going to sell him for less than what they bought him for. Brian Hill, who they signed last season as well, is back over in La Liga at Valencia. And also Giovanni Lo Celso is over there in La Liga at Villarreal. I'm going to start with you on this one, Demo. Now, Bentoncourt, decent player. Kulusevski was kind of frozen out. Well, he has been frozen out since Allegri took over back. So those 2 signings were Tottenham. What you thought about it and the outgoing?
Listen, Tottenham was them have something in England with them called Spursy. Like that's what them just mess up everything, brother. Traore, not there, gone, fall through. Luis Diaz, not there, fall through, and somebody hijack it. I guess we'll get to that soon, Like everything just how much managers do you reject them before them get Conte. I don't know what happened over Spurs right now, but it's not looking good. For me.
What about the non-name baller, the non-league baller who reject them?
When name forget him name, but I saw that. Yeah, like it's.
But that stick up in because people are spreading false info on it. He didn't reject them.
Oh, he
Spurs
didn't?
were the one that rejected signing him because he came out and said something about Spurs back in the past.
That's a
Arsenal fan. So that's why they decided not to sign him.
Yeah, well, I saw the opposite. So
I never that breed either.
Yeah. So like you said, for me, Kulusevski or however you pronounce his name, him too clunky for be a winger. I don't know how that man is a winger, brother. I can't rate him. The brother here, him decent, but me that still have Ndombele ahead of him. Lo Celso as a winger would have better than Kulusevski. And even Kill, we're gonna Valencia. For me, them two signing here not gonna make no difference to Spurs. I think it's probably just some rushing thing. And like you say, Kante no players from Juventus and whatnot, but uh, probably a 4 out of 10 for me. I'm not rate them signing here at all. I don't see how they're going to help Spurs. And Ndombele is a bigger talent than both. He probably wasn't doing it, obviously, but I think he's a bigger talent, and I think he should have given Gil the chance for play. Got a little time when him get some cameos, him beating players and him put in ball and him do decent. So would I work with them. Them two man here for me, 4 out of 10.
All right, Kibbs, what say you?
Well, all I can say is, the manager should know, who he believes fits his team, what philosophy he wants to play. All I've heard about this manager is that he's world class, he's top 3, top 4, all that kind of stuff. So he should know. But Spurs definitely are in prime position right now to make the top 4. Obviously, they have games in hand, etc., etc. But again, I don't think this moved the needle for them to challenge, the two big dogs up there, the Manchester City, and the Liverpool. I don't think this moved the needle for them at all. So for this, I'll just give them 5 out of 10.
All right, Ryan, what you give them?
4 out of 10. I don't see where this makes any difference because these guys, as good as people rate Kulusevski, he hasn't performed at Juventus. Bentanco is also hit and miss. He had a good season one time, then nothing much since. And Juventus midfield is basically one-dimensional, so they could afford to lose him. But I don't see where this improved them to any degree. I can't see it right now. Maybe when they start playing, maybe somebody might kick into form, kick into gear or something. But as things stand, meh for me, 4.
So Ryan, that makes it like you see the upgrade from Ndombele to him and you don't see the upgrade, brother.
I don't see it either.
I agree. But then again, the thing is that Ndombele attitudes stink, and Ian Kante couldn't agree, just like Ian Moreno couldn't agree as well. So that's the reason that I got rid of him.
Fair.
Here's come on saying that Spurs is still garbage. Get rid of Kane and let the team play team ball. Kante love crosses. I swear, Kane holds Spurs back.
Kane is a traditional number 9 now.
Nah.
You know that.
Come on, Ali, like she still want Kane a City.
But I think this is not Kimona, this is come on supports Chelsea.
Oh, okay. My bad.
But in terms of the outgoings as well, as I said, Lo Celso and those guys. But yeah, Dimo, you mentioned Hill. When I look at how Kante plays, Hill wouldn't fit in at Tottenham because Hill is a winger, That man is a traditional winger, and he doesn't really play wing football.
No, but may I say the little cameos when Mr. Hill play for Tottenham, he has been good. And he might get some 10-15 minutes and him as a traditional winger, beating his players and putting the ball in. Like big clunky Kulusevski, where am I go play?
Kante is allergic to them type of players up there.
I guess.
Really like it.
Yeah.
But right, look at when he was at Inter. Brozovic, he might be
Remember, say my
polished player than
who was supposed to be the player guy, and it's like him say, "Yo, brethren, tone down the whole heap of flirting." So, I don't think he's a guy that love the whole heap of flair players like that. He prefers the workhorse type of players in the midfield and on the wing.
All right, so now we're going to move to a club that is up at the top. And the man is happy about his business because it came out of nowhere. A lot of people never saw this one coming. And I know that Spurs again was linked to this player. Arsenal was linked to him. But here they were, and they stole him from right under their nose. And I'm talking about this guy, one Luis Diaz. And he has been very good over there for Porto. Now, Dimo, which one of your forward player will this guy replace?
Oh boy, Colombia in town. Listen, Liverpool getting very South American over there. This is what I think he has 14 goals and 4 assists this season, 21 to 22 season. Spanking form, obviously, very direct, beating his player. The left side of the forward line, obviously, that's where Sadio plays. Listen to me. I don't know. I like having options, eh? And the thing is, if Klopp will play them, like I always come here, so I'm lament Klopp's favoritism and what he does. So we can always all well and good for sign players, yeah. But if Klopp now go play them, it don't make no sense.
Minamino gone?
No, he's still there.
Oh.
So yeah, I get to the outgoing. Yeah, 14 goals. Yeah, I must say. So I never even know all
But
of
I
them
don't
other
jump the
stuff.
thing. I have the outgoings and this.
Yeah. So for me, Will Klopp play them. I remember when Jota came in and Jota was lighting up the league as soon as he got his chance. And it's like Firmino did depend some bad form, but Klopp just never want to drop him to the point where we go play Manchester City and everybody has said, who him definitely have to go drop Firmino now for play against Man City with Jota being so hot and form. No, the man play all 4. So listen, I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, him play over the side where Mane play. I don't know if Klopp is going to change formations to try and fit everybody in, but I like having the depth, and I think that this is a perfect Liverpool signing. High work rate, can cover all 3 of the top half of the pitch, pressing and beating a player directly. And I don't know. I don't think nobody are going to go into the summer.
Guess what is his full name? Luis Fernando Diaz.
Fernando. Well,
Yep.
yeah. So
Let's drop Luis Suarez and Fernando Torres.
yeah, I mean, I expect him to come in, and like I said, I always give people time for adapt and stuff. So I'm not expect him to come and hit the ground running or anything. He might get a time for acclimatize and stuff. But I think in the long run, he'll be a very good signing for Liverpool.
All right, and here's Francis saying that the last time Liverpool got a Luis Diaz in January, he did really well for us. Here's Adlam saying that he will take time before he gets in the team. Here's Terry saying that man have been on a decline for 2 seasons now. Also, here is Fabio Fernandes saying that Diaz won't walk into the team because he has to play the club way. Dropping man will not happen right now. And here's Michelle saying that succession planning move is the German way.
Let me,
Yeah, man, go ahead, man.
let me ask a question, Levon. Is it that, and I guess Tyrese can answer this, is it that a player always have to be in the best form of his life every single season? Like, is it not okay? And again, I talk about this across all sports. Is it not okay for one time the player is just not at the top of his game, but is still productive, and it can just be seen as, hey, he's probably just having an off season, probably an off year. Is probably Tyrese can answer me. Is that okay, Tyrese? Because I realize that what happened is that if a player is not playing how he played the previous season, the player not good, the player done. We need to get rid of this player, that player. I think I guess most of the persons who are commenting are not athletes and probably never been athletes, so they don't know, they don't understand the work, the preparation, everything that it takes in order to be an athlete at the highest at the highest quality. So I don't tell you if you can just answer that question, because I see you say Mane done, Mane been on the decline 2 years now, and I'm telling you, should Mane come on the market, I don't see a team out there who would want to grab him up ASAP. So just answer that for me, Tyrese.
All right, and Dean, I'm going to come back to you, then I got to Ryan. So, one of your favorite player, Nat Phillips, has gone to Bournemouth.
Listen, so, brother, and if you go to YouTube right now and on Liverpool channels, like me, probably the only one who they ever want to give a youth a chance from the youth account. Like, but spread the name all over for just make the youth get a chance. And the streets will never forget when Nat Phillips do for Liverpool. Like, without him, we would have never made it into the top four. I'm in a business when nobody wants to. Sure, Thiago did catch some form. Obviously, Salah there scoring goals. But without not Phillips, Liverpool would have never made it to top four. Now, obviously, we get Konate. Joe Gomez is back fit. Him obviously gone down to like fifth choice. And I feel that he has been very, very unfairly treated. That he not even get no game this season. Like, I mean, he played in the Champions League against AC Milan. I remember that Cruyff turned in the box, send Zlatan flying, send Kessie said flying and all of them things. Like the man, every time he put on a Liverpool shirt, he has done well. Apart from that Real Madrid game where we get knocked out, that's the only bad game Nat Phillips have had in a Liverpool shirt. And him and Reece Williams, they did extremely well to bring us to the top four. Obviously, the man are going to play. And I'm very glad that this is a loan, and I'm hoping that, you know, the man are going to go on and flourish in his career and show everybody said the man is a top defender and can survive out there. But I thought that he was very unfairly treated. Obviously, my bias because I watch the man from youth system and when he go on loan and whatever. But the man unfairly treated. And Nico Williams has also gone. I think that closed off pretty much just a while ago. Same gone of Fulham.
Yeah.
We never get the Carvalho deal done. But Nico went out. And like, I don't understand how the process, because we obviously now have no...
loan or purchase.
Is a loan. And we don't have a ready replacement for Trent. So I guess I'm going to probably use Joe Gomez a play right back now or go back to Milner. But obviously Nico Williams is a right back replacement and you just send him on loan. But listen, everything but respect for Nat Phillips, and like I said, the streets will never forget. Naldini.
Yes, Davian's been saying that, yo, Ben or this youth can get a chance. Him play with his heart, trust me. And here's Adlam saying the same thing that Dima just said. Naldini.
Boss, the man, you know, in this day and age, everybody are rave over the Van Dijks of this world who can pass the ball out there. The man is just a regular traditional defender of the old school. Head for everything coming at the box, head out. Him not dally on the ball, him just a defend with him life. Everything. Blood, sweat, tears. But hey, him gone and I just say go. I'm now a Bournemouth fan on loan.
And that's exactly where I'm going right now. Ryan, so Bournemouth, they really went into the market on the final day. They signed like 5 players today. So first up, they signed Freddie Woodman. They signed this youth named Siriki Dembele from Peterborough. They signed Nat Phillips, as we just pointed out. They signed Kiefer Moore. And the most interesting person that they signed on the day was Todd Cantwell. That guy, you know, that he plays for Norwich, but Norwich wasn't giving him any playing time. But Bournemouth signed him, and also early in the window they signed James Hill, a youngster, and they also signed Ethan Laird from Man United. So that's 7 players Scott Parker signed, and they're pushing for a promotion because they said that they're not staying.
Second or third or something.
Yeah, third right now, I believe.
Well, if Scott Parker don't get them up with these signings, then him can look up for your next job, because these are signings that you're supposed to get you automatically. Not even come third and go playoff. Automatic promotion.
Facts.
This is what these signings should get him right now, because these are quality signings. And it's a good move for Cantwell as well, because Norwich will be back in the Championship and he has a chance of staying in the Premier League.
Well, it's a loan still.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, he can move to them in the summer or something like that if they come up. So he has a chance of being a Premier League player next season with a different team. And these are good signings for a Championship team who wants to be upgraded. Phillips secured the back line. Woodman was terrible for Newcastle, but he's a decent goalkeeper regardless. Who was their goalkeeper before?
Mark Travers.
Huh? Oh, Travers. Yeah, Travers. So I think Woodman might get his spot. Yeah, so there's a good core of players that they brought in to push for automatic promotion.
All right. Here's Michelle saying that Dimo love going like him street. So.
First of all, I don't know what that means, but mega lift it alone.
All right. Next on the agenda is a player that Man City signed, and his name is Julian Alvarez. This guy is a legit goal scorer. He was at River Plate. Well, he'll stay there on loan until the end of the season. But Kems, this is a team that, just like Liverpool, they're trying to build for the future. You know that Liverpool, they already have Harvey Elliott and they tried for Fabio Carvalho, never materialized, but I know that they're going to go back for him in the summer.
July, them say July.
What confirmed that was Nico Williams going in the opposite direction on loan. So I know that they're going back for him. And now when I look at City, they have signed a lot of youngsters. They have signed Alvarez. They have also signed this youngster named Filip Stefanovic and all those guys. So when you factor in all of that,
Why they never let go McCarthy?
good question. But I have no clue. Liam Delap is the next one that they said that they should have let go, but he's been struggling with injuries. But this guy comes, they see him as the replacement for Kun Aguero, and he has a similar celebration to Kun, and he's Argentine as well. 21 million for a guy that Man United were linked with for the entirety of the window. What do you think about the signing for City?
Trust me. This signing to me, they have a saying that says the rich gets richer. I think this is what it is. Even if Manchester United was linked to this player, this guy being as young as he is, having to choose between Manchester United and Man City, I think that would be a no-brainer, of course. So they say that I don't really like to jump up and make the comparison to say, oh, he's going to be the next Kun Aguero, or they see him as the next Kun Aguero. Obviously, coming to the EPL, adapting, to the particular system, what Pep have, whether Pep is going to be the coach for the foreseeable future or not. There are some things in the English Premier League that you have to adapt to, but talent is talent, and I believe once Pep see a talent and he bring in the talent, sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't work. But I think the talent is there. So again, it's a case of the rich getting richer. A lot of persons used to continue complaining Manchester City need a goal scorer, they need this, they need that. All right, so they get a goal scorer. So let us see definitely what he's made of. But I think you need time to adjust, of course, especially with the expectations of Manchester City, what is going to be expected of you. But as you say, they're also building for the future. So, I believe that will play a critical role. But I think it's a good signing. But I just think, for Manchester City, the rich just continues to get richer.
Okay, and we're going to look across the waters now. So this guy was linked to Tottenham for most of the window. And guess what? Barcelona is one Brit Asambalanga signing away from being Middlesbrough back in 2018, I believe it was, because they have Martin Brathwaite, Adama Traore. All they need
And
is
what happened to Middlesbrough that season?
Say no more. I need not to say. But Ryan, you look at it and this signing, he came through La Masia and he's back where it all began. Loan with obligation. Loan with option it is, not obligation. So it's a loan with option. What do you think about this signing for Barcelona?
I like how Barca are making these signings. They're making a lot of silly signings. I love it because I don't know how he's going to put into have a style of play. He's a counter-attacking player. Barcelona does not play that type of football. He's the type of player that get the ball, run down the wing and whatever it is,
Right.
and pick it away. Barca don't play a style of football where you lose the ball, and he's good at losing the ball. So I don't know how he fits into their system. I don't know what the purpose of him is. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay. Dimo, what do you think about this signing for Barcelona? Will he be the new right back?
That's exactly where I was going, because I think Xavi wanted to throw with this. If him not throw him already, Serginho this he doesn't like him, and he doesn't think he has the quality. So maybe Traore is coming to play a right back. I don't know, but if obviously he fits into the Spanish system, he comes off the bench and he makes an impact with his dribbling, and I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work, but Barcelona, them there try form a little core in terms of the youths, the Gavis, the Pedris, the Ansu Fatis. You have a lot of young players coming through.
La Masia production.
Exactly. So then come back and then go for a farm, a La Masia man and stuff. So I think it's probably a right wing back role, and just probably a substitute off the bench for just give them some impact. Because Barcelona are in dismay right now, and if you can get somebody, you take them. And I think they were looking to offload Dembele. Obviously, I don't think he got through. But Dembele are one of them player, trickster and can beat a man. So who knows? Maybe it's his replacement or something like that.
All right. And Kems, this one was right down to the wire because this man had a Peter Odemwingie sort of moment. The man just decided that he was going to go to Barcelona. The first throw move. He kind of succeeded at long last, and Arsenal terminated his contract. He signed for Barcelona. No official confirmation as yet, but one Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is now a Barcelona player. And what do you think about this and all the rest of signings they have made this window? Because they have signed over, I think Barcelona probably have 10 forwards right now. And I remember at the season, at the beginning of the season, that they only needed one player, and that was a 10. That was a little magician. And now they have to sign 10 to make for that one. What do you have to say about them?
Javi at the wheel, right? Hey, let me tell you, I'm happy for Aubameyang because irrespective of what anybody do, the way how he was dealt with, I think if you don't commit a crime or anything, the way how he was dealt with by Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal is not my team by any stretch of the imagination, but I just didn't like it. I think from a human standpoint, they treated him a particular way. So I'm really happy that he got out of that turmoil and, he has an opportunity. Normally, players like this always have, a chip on their shoulder. I think he's like 32 right now, so obviously, he's on the other side, but I still think, obviously, based on what we're watching from his signed that contract with Arsenal, we have seen a decline. But I still think he possesses quality. And again, Javi is not any world beater kind of coach, but I think he's decent. I think he has a philosophy. I think he has a system that he wants to play. And I think, if we can get back Aubameyang to striking how he was striking pre-signing for big money, I think Barcelona is in a good business. For Barcelona and all their transfers, hey, remember, I was one of the first ones who jump up and say, hey, Barcelona not going to do this, Barcelona not going to do that. Right now, looking at Barcelona, obviously they're going to have to tweak some things. Obviously, they're going to have to release or sell some players or whatever. I'm not looking for them for this January stretch. I'm looking for them, in the summer, getting everything situated, give Javi a full time with the team. And then, at that time, I think they'll come good and they'll get back up to challenging, in the top 4 spots. Do I believe they can still get a top 4 spot? Surprisingly, when I look at the table, they're not that far off, no matter how awful they were playing, They're not that far off. So they still can, make it. And, I know Ryan talking about Traore, dribble the ball and kick it away. As you guys know, he's a player I rate highly. And not only because, of his football skills, but for me, I'm a sucker for a good story, and just knowing the guy's story, and what he had to overcome, and being playing football, I really root for the guy, and he's Spanish, he's in Barcelona, I think the guy will be successful, so I just wait and see. But for the Barcelona signings, I'll give them a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Ryan, so finally, Man United.
No, hold on. I just want to say something about Barca, though. All of these signings just feel mid-table-ish. Like you're signing some players to make up numbers. I don't know Aubameyang going to fit into their style of play because he does not fit their style of play. He's kind of like a Luke de Jong type of player, I think. I don't get
disrespect, really?
But he's playing at that level now, bro.
Yeah.
Aubameyang and Luke de Jong, that's all gone now.
Right?
Style of play and all of that. I mean, not quality, style of play and them from there.
No, sir.
I don't. And then him fall off. Aubameyang, we're talking about Mane fall off. Aubameyang been falling off 3 seasons now. Me could be honest. And this is what you call a fall off, not Mane. I don't get it. I don't know how he's going to get them in the team, and when he gets them in the team, I don't know how Xavi what style of play is going to play. It's like pegs in a round hole. Wash up players and mid-table players. That's what I say.
To be honest, right, I know that it's probably one of the signings I give a pass mark on is Ferran Torres because Ferran kind of fit into the mold of
Exactly.
Xavi like
Ferran
signing.
Torres does fit into their what Barcelona. I don't expect Barcelona to be doing, but I don't get what some of these other players are for. The signings in the summer, no.
What I think, Karen, is that they're trying to go after immediate success. That is what I'm thinking, right? And kind of
What
over.
success? What success are going to get to them, man? Here
That is what they're trying to get because
They can make it to the
right
top
now,
four.
right now, what Barca doing? Them just reinvent the wheel in terms of make wasting money.
They can make it to the top four, boss.
But all right, Man
They are
United
just
final.
reinventing the wheel to waste more money. Them get to that some um dead weight what there, and now them are putting back some more dead weight.
All right, boss.
That's what we see.
All right, so Man United finally got rid of one of those bugs, and it's been a while that I wanted this guy off the books because he's one of those players that they call has talent but don't realize it. And this guy don't really do well under pressure, and I'm happy that they got rid of him. Just that sad part for me is that it's just a loan. I wish it was permanently, but sadly, he might be coming back in the summer. Personally, for me, I want him to do well over at Sevilla so that they can sign him permanently. Just take the bait and give us some money and call it a day. But this guy, boy, I don't know what to say about him because he wasn't smiling or anything like that. But immediately as he signed for Sevilla, I saw a smile on this dude's face and I was like, damn, he really wanted to get out. Toxic environment. But I wish him all the best, and I think that he'll probably play well under Lopetegui because he kind of play in the mold that this dude wants to play. And he needed to think that is this dude a crybaby because guess what? Sevilla gave him number 22. I remember he created a ruckus over the number 9 jersey at Man United. So is this one of the diva that Kings was speaking about under his favorite coach, Holly? Games, go ahead.
Um, well, as you guys know, I don't support this team anymore. So, whatever business that they have going on,
This club will forever remain close to the heart. We know this. This club will forever remain close to the heart.
but for the Marshall thing, obviously, all right. For me, if players are not getting up an opportunity at the club that they're currently at, and they have an opportunity to get, a chance elsewhere, I'm all for it. Some reports came out that Marshall didn't want to be in the squad. He refuted those claims, but obviously the guy hasn't been playing fantastic football for Manchester United. Every time him score, the Marshall lovers and sensationalists come and say 50 million down the drain, and Tony Marshall scores again. I haven't heard that in a very long while because obviously he hasn't been scoring. However, I think this move is good for him. Again, he get some playing time, just like Jesse Lingard went to West Ham, get some playing time and show up Manchester United. So it's up to Anthony Marshall now. Have a chip on his shoulder, eager. He will get playing time in Sevilla. Sevilla are 4 points off the leaders, Real Madrid, in the Spanish league. Hey, what a better story would it be than Anthony Marshall wills Sevilla to the Spanish, to the La Liga title. You don't want it better than that. So Anthony Marshall, the table is set for you. One thing I like with this with the Ralph guy, Mr. Press Conference, I'm saying, if you want to leave, you leave, because he was one of them, and I guess you probably didn't get to it, but for a lot of players, I'm saying, all right, go ahead and just go. But sometimes the board go ahead and stop it. But for Marshall, I really want him to just go out there, play some football. And as you said, if he can trick Sevilla and make Sevilla buy him, or even if it's not Sevilla, but you go out there, you put out, you put out a product, and you sucker somebody into buying that product. The product not good, but you just sucker them and somebody just grab it, and that's their problem to work with. But I think the guy have talent. But again, the expectations that Manchester United have, you have to be producing on a regular basis. The moment you're not scoring 2, 3, 4 games, then they start calling for your head and say, hey, you're not worth your money and all of that kind of stuff. So now he's in Sevilla. I don't think there's any pressure on him. So I think he will thrive.
Yes, sir. But guess who he has gone over to Sevilla and back up on? none other than Eric Lamela. And I'm sure that you probably remember that jobbing that Ole got from Tottenham when Lamela created that ruckus and got him sent off. So he went over into the dressing room and saw Lamela face. And he's probably thinking, hey, what the hell is going on here? But I'm happy that he is no longer here.
I think not as bad as Messi going into PSG just in Master Ramos.
All right. Next up, we're just going to look across over to back in that league again in Italy. And this is a guy that was linked to many English clubs. I mean, Arsenal wanted him, Tottenham wanted him, City were linked to him, but finally he decided that he wanted to stay in Italy and he ended up signing for Juventus. Talking about none other than Dusan Vlahovic. Ryan, what do you think about this dude?
Good goal scorer so far. I have seen a lot of goal scorers come on the scene and light it up in various leagues. Syria especially. I don't know if especially is what I should have said, but thinking about some names now, Syria comes to mind. I remember Piatek started off with a bang, get a move to AC flop. So let us see how this goes for him. He was at a smaller club. He has now stepped up to one of the biggest clubs in the country. Let us see if he can manage the pressure leading the line for them, because this is real pressure. So let us see if he is really the quality that people think he is.
I'm saying I think he'll do well over there though. And here's Terry saying that he's a sellout, because I know that Terry is one of those persons that was really invested in this guy, because he even went as far as to say that this guy is on par with Erling Haaland in terms of talent wise, and I saw him on some guys' intermediate conversation, but I'm not going to go down that line. But here's what we're going to do. Ryan, you're a club per se. You never really signed anybody. You got rid of a player here and there. I know that Angerin is now at Huddersfield. I'm not sure if you got rid of anybody else. So overall,
Who got Huddersfield?
Tino Angerin, the
Oh,
striker.
Angerin.
Yeah.
Oh, midfielder.
For you,
Then we brought in Harvey Vale in the first team.
yeah, a lot of teams wanted him, but Tuchel said that
Kennedy for some reason is back. Oh boy.
you needed some coverage on the left hand side, bro. Come on.
That's Kennedy a baller, brother.
Baller in a Brazil league, or maybe for the team when get relegated for in a La Liga. Them club them 50.
But Ryan, disappointed that the club didn't sign anybody in the window.
Not really. I really never saw who we could have gotten, because if we were going to sign anybody, more than likely it would be just for numbers, because I really don't know who was out there that of quality that we could have really gotten. Unless we're going to move out a Barkley or a Loftus Cheek or one of them kind of players there. I don't see how.
Watch the move.
Yeah, whatever, something like that. I don't see how it would have made any sense to. I don't know who could have bought that would have really upgraded the team to another level. Not maybe to another level, but upgraded the team.
Okay. Two moves that I kind of forgot to mention. Aaron Ramsey is now at Rangers, and also Amad Diallo is at Rangers and loan from Man United. Those two totals still by, and also Brighton's final.
Where is Amad now?
Rangers. He scored on his debut, 5 minutes in his debut on Saturday.
Oh,
Heard it was a man of the match performance.
Yep, it was good, man. And he came off like in the 65th minute thereabouts.
Yeah, but Levan, before Ryan done with Chelsea, I just want to ask, like, what happened to Musunda? Like the winger there who, Charlie Musunda. I know he got injured, but he was in Real.
Yeah, and I heard that he was coming back, and then that's it. I don't know.
No, man,
I know that he was on his way back.
Chelsea.
All right. Wait, him left Chelsea?
I believe so.
I think he's still on the books.
No, man, I think he has left, man. I'm not 100% sure. I think he has left. I know that Lewis Baker has left, because Lewis Baker is now at Stoke. And in Jamaican football news, Liam Moore is now at Stoke as well. Yeah, switch over.
Oh yeah, because them take the armband from them because them simply want to leave when coach them him not dedicated to the cause. Them take them armband.
Yeah, so they kind of the loan deal swap. Cummins is now at Reading, and now Moore is at Stoke. Robin Gosens has switched from Atalanta to Inter. I know that Fiorentina has signed Arthur Cabral, is a Brazilian from Basel to replace Vlahovic.
Robin gonna Inter.
Go again?
Interesting. Gosen's gone to Inter. Interesting.
Yep. That's
That's
really
a loan
interesting.
or a full out purchase.
Loan with obligation. Because you know that's how those teams over there do it.
Yeah,
Because
or a team or
Fiorentina.
one team own the player and another team have part interest in the player, them kind of something.
Look at Fiorentina, for example. It's like 2 seasons in a row that they have let their best player gone to Juventus. Chiesa was their best player. It was loan with obligation, and he's still on loan right now. But they're going to
Yeah.
take it up. But the person that I was forgetting was Brighton made a signing. They signed Dennis Undav from Union Saint Gilloy in Belgium. They're currently leading the Belgian league, and they're owned by the same owner that owns Brighton. But he'll stay there until the end of the season. Crystal Palace, they signed Mateta permanently. He was on loan from Mainz, and they also signed Luke Planck from Derby. So yeah, those are a few of the other deals that took place.
Oh, Chelsea did make a signing. I remember them sign a left back, the 18-year-old dude from Burnley, from Derby.
Derby.
That
But bro,
Rooney
come
saw.
on, that youth is going to go right down into your Honda whatever team.
Huh?
He's not going to come into your first team. That youth is going to go down into your H.
Yeah, he's in the under 23 right now. But Rooney was rating him, so boy, this year would go and be the next baller. So my question.
And Kim's on your side. I know that you have let go quite a few players. You have brought in Robin Olsen as your backup keeper. You signed Lucas Digne, Felipe Coutinho, and also Callum Chambers. Any
Target
surprises?
to Newcastle.
Mm-hmm. Any surprises for you, Kims, and what do you think about that Chambers move?
A Chambers move for me was kind of, surprising. But I guess they want
Hold on,
to.
stick up in. Matty Cash is still at Villa, right?
Yes, sir.
He did not go to Atletico because I think that was what the Chambers move might have been for.
Atletico signed a right back, man.
We're not let go Matty Cash, boss. But the Chambers, as I posted it in the group, and you were saying that's a May, and I said the same thing. May. I'm not excited about it. I don't think it moves the needle, for Aston Villa and what Aston Villa is trying to do. But I think it's just an insurance signing. Just an insurance signing in case anything happens. Any COVID, any injuries or nothing. But I'm not too excited. But I'm excited about Coutinho, of course. I'm excited about Lucas, of course, and Lucas so good there to send Target and loan because Target wouldn't get any game, of course, because as Lucas stepped into the building, you see that this man is a starter. That's another reason why Rafa had to get the boot, because you have this one on the bench and you're starting some old 40, 50-year-old man and left back coming like a drug team. But I'm really, I really like, again, Steven Gerrard came in, assessed the team. Only thing I was just really sorry that that Jamaican is still on the team, but I guess there's not a big market out there for him now because he's injured and so But when he comes back, Ryan and I was discussing it, about Ramsey, and we're saying where does Leon Bailey fit in this team when he gets back. So I don't know where he fits, but hey, let's see. Steven Gerrard is a no-nonsense guy, and he is about performance. You don't want to hear nothing about your name or what he did last week or last year. What can you do for me now? See, Danny Ings, sometimes he has to rub the bench, and sometimes when he come on, if he performs, good. If he's not, then he still stay on the bench. So I really like the signings. I really want, I'm looking for a top 9, top 8 finish, for Aston Villa. Those are my ambitions for the team. And then obviously in the summer, we'll make some real reinforcements to the team. But I think all the players, all the lads love Steven Gerrard, love the philosophy, love what he brings to the table, love his competitive edge, and just love his competitive fervor, of course. So, couldn't expect any better. Love that, I am the only supporter of Aston Villa. So I know sooner rather than later, you're going to hear a lot of person. Oh, Aston Villa on the second side. Yeah, gotta hear that soon. But
Is
just
that
remember,
pity? Is that pity that the last match that Villa play that they play that match already? As we
oh,
have
right?
Gerrard and Lampard right now.
Oh gosh, man. But
Facts.
but if
That
if
would have been vibes.
if Lampard don't get sacked before the season is out, we should be able to see. Hey, you don't know, Everton kind of shaky like Watford. Hey,
Bro, Everton not getting relegated, man. What the hell
no,
is
I'm
that?
not saying they're getting relegated, but I'm just
No,
saying.
that is the only way Lampard getting sacked if them get relegated.
Really? So, or have them finished?
Lampard not getting the sack.
Or have
No,
they
man.
They are
finished?
right. They are right. They are at the. They are basically 16th or 17th now. So
Yep,
Mhm.
the only thing they can do is get worse.
yep.
So, obviously, so yeah, I'm just really happy, being an Aston Villa fan. Less stress, less expectations, less toxicity. I'm just feeling real good right now.
Your story saying that it's a left back in regards to what I mentioned about Atletico. So they actually signed two players, bro, because I know I wasn't talking foolish. They signed Mandava from Lille, he's the left back, and they signed Daniel Voss from Valencia. He plays as a right back.
Oh, Vass is there. Wow.
Yeah,
And he also can play midfield.
yeah. They won't really play him in midfield because remember they have what's his name Kandagbi and also the Argentine that I'm currently forgetting his name that I really like. But yeah, they have those players already, so they don't really need him for them. Now I'm going to go around the table and give you guys 2 minutes each to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I'm sure that Demon is going to talk about West Indies. So Demon, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah. Again, big up to everybody who was tuned in with us tonight and stick it out for the transfer reviews and stuff. Big up on yourself. Ja just forced overtime against the Sixers with another Ja moment. Being an all-star, doing all-star stuff. Brilliant bucket to take them to overtime with the Sixers there. But where can I go? But you can't keep a good man down. My captain, Kieran Pollard. A lot of people fight him. A lot of people bash him. A lot of people don't like him. But guess what? Kieran Pollard is the man forward. When everything was going downhill and people I say Pollard for they got the captaincy and all of this. I stick with them after the World Cup. Them say move on, man. Make Puran go captain the side. I stick with the man. I say no. The man is the man to lead us forward. His character, people might say him arrogant, but there's a thing in Jamaican and probably Caribbean culture. Whenever somebody see him prideful or boastful, it's like you want to bash them down and you have to humble them. But listen to me. The man who he is, this victimization thing, I heard it rubbished. And I know we spoke about it on the cricket show, but I heard it rubbish by Ian Bishop. I mean, sure, he's a Trini. He's a Trini, but he rubbish it right on commentary and say, listen to me, he rubbishes claims of that. Everybody is united in the camp and everything is good there for the West Indies. But Pollard is the man, guys. The man take us to this is how West Indies is. We can lose 1 week to Ireland, and then we can go and slap up the number one team, white ball team in the world the next in a wonderful series that we'll be talking about on Thursday. So big up yourself, my captain. They can't keep a good man down. Lighter for the sizzler where you drop big stuff, and it was excellent stuff. I mean, by the way, we're going to get into it on Thursday, but Akil Hussein was robbed of the man of the match, and I'm out. Sorry, don't buckle me in the comment section, but he was robbed. Jason Holder never deserved that man of the match award, and Akil Hussein deserved it. And I'm not a Trini people, but just to say the man was robbed. But big up on yourself, we'll talk Thursday.
All right, just to counter what you mentioned earlier about Ja Morant. So Ja Morant forced overtime, but he was unable to stop his team from losing. They lost 122 to 119.
We had the match done.
Yes, sir.
The little time we go. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
All right,
I'll check
Brian,
it out after.
what you have to say? What you have on your mind?
All right. Nadal my boy and Nadal stretch out guard left them other two there. So my goat is now in the lead. Yeah, people will say if Joker was there, things might have been different and whatnot because he's a 9-time I say Open champion and Nadal only winning maybe 3 or 4 times. Yeah, we can speculate no, but at the end of the day, Nadal is at 21, and it will continue to. Him going to reach 25, hopefully. West Indies, that was a brilliant series against England, world number 1 England, versus West Indies, who have to go through playoff to qualify for the World Cup. And we played, it could have easily been 4-1 because the games that we won them more convincing than the ones that they won. And I think it puts us in good stead because England, you might say the team is a bit weakened based on the fact that they never have Joss and maybe a couple other players. Archer never get any game. However, we also didn't have Hetmeyer and
Evan.
we had Bravo in the team for 4 matches, so that weak with him.
Remember that Evan is not there now, bro.
Evan, I was trying to remember Evan.
Hetmeyer, Lewis, Russell, and Obed McCoy. So
I like an Obed McCoy, definitely. And I like how Brandon King is taking his claim for that opening spot. So somebody else.
Bro, I kind of up off of Brandon King wagon now. Man, they were too slow for my liking, bro. But
he's not that bad.
About it.
He's not that bad. He scores runs and he the power play is not bad in the power play. So I'm not gonna. He's not like a Sheho in terms of T20. Sheho but slow for T20. But yeah, good series. Good. I'm still worried about the bowling, but I like how we are now rotating the strike to get some more singles along with the boundaries. But the spin thing giving us a little problem again as well. But yeah, I think with the team now, a younger outfit, we should have different combinations that we can use. We can maybe open with Hussein, or we can bowl him deeper. We can bowl him to contain. So I realized that Pollard was basically using different systems to operate with.
Wait, that did happen.
What happened? When that did happen? I never know what that. Yeah, but Demo, I realized that them still are trying to undermine Pollard, because I must say Pollard give Smith the ball to try undermine him.
Nonsense, bro.
Them always coming down something.
I can't Thursday we talk about it. But we can't follow up them people here, brother.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Weston is still not treatment.
All right. Kims, you're 2 minutes to talk about whatever.
To Ryan's point about his Nadal and his Joker thing, sometimes in sports, opportunities presents itself, and you have to grab those opportunities. Obviously, I think that if Joker was there, he would have won. The Super Bowl obviously will be February 13, and it's going to be the Rams versus the Cincinnati Bengals. People, we don't have no house, on a car, on the side, cheap money, on the side man money, bet it all on the Rams to win by 3 or more. These are the easiest soup. Remember Valentine's Day would be the next day, so bet all of the money so you can, woman them tired of the little popcorn, wanna give them and all woman them want some good present, them don't want no more Bridgets and no them look at it. Them want real good present. So bet on no full money on the Rams, can't lose. I see the Lakers struggling since LeBron has been out. Obviously, I'm not a Lakers fan anymore. So it pleases me to see the Lakers lose.
Like you have a lot of divorces this year.
Absolutely.
Divorce Man U, divorce Lakers.
Of course. Well, Ryan, as I've often said, with more information, I'm always entitled to change my opinion and change my teams and who I support. My Miami Heat, where I reside, are number 1 in the East right now. So, they'll be hosting. They'll be having home court through the whole playoffs. Obviously, if the playoffs started today, and they're looking really good. So, the NFL season is winding down. Obviously, basketball is now coming into its shape. Lakers not looking good, but my Miami Heat is looking excellent. Can't wait for this weekend when my Aston Villa team is back on course, back to winning ways, back to getting those 3 points.
Okay. And I'll end this by saying thanks to all of you that has tuned in to our transfer talk. And tomorrow we'll be back, hopefully, to discuss some other topics. Thanks to Kems, thanks to Ren, thanks to Demo, who stood it through until the end of the night, and thanks to your commenters and all you are the viewers. And remember, ensure that you like the video before you leave, and big up to our producer Josh Collins as possible. Until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your night.
Blessing.